seems to be, a trend that I'm guessing you like the way it's going.
No, Shirky's had some time off here, and we've been smart with him, and so we expect that he'll be good to go. He felt good today. Nate felt great today. So, I mean, every team has guys that are banged up behind the scenes, and we're no different. But, when you have a couple of days off, it's good to heal some wounds.
Facing again, Shawinigan, what kind of adjustment do you expect from one game to the other?
Well, we have to be more disciplined. They have a great power play. They kind of ate us up a little bit, so we have to make some adjustments there. And I think looking back on that game, game could have really went either way. I thought both teams played very well, very structured, hard-working, great players on both teams. So we have to make some minor adjustments and be ready to go.
When you talk about discipline, how tough is it, like for young kids in this environment, the pressure of the moment, the crowd, to stay disciplined?
Yeah, I don't think I think the players are used to it. They've played 80, maybe close to 90 games now on the season. We had 11,000 fans in our Game 7 their last series, so I think the players are fine with crowds. They're okay with the pressures. We have an emotionally competitive group, and I thought we were fairly disciplined. I thought there was a few tough calls on us as well that may not have been called in other games. So to say we were undisciplined, we could have done a couple things better, but that'll be a focus for us.
Ryan, now you guys get a second opportunity here against Shawinigan. What did you learn in the first game against them that you're going to apply to the second chance?
Yeah, first thing, we got to stay out of the box. They have we talked about before, they have a really good power play and a couple top-end guys, so stay out of the box and just stick to our game plan. Should be good.
Now that you guys have had, it kind of feels like you guys have been using Game 7 quite a bit through this stretch run in the Memorial Cup. Now that you guys get a second chance, it's all Game 7s from here. Does your experience help in that?
Yeah, it helps a ton. We've played couple do-or-die games now, and the game plan doesn't change. We stick to what Jay's been saying, and we've been here before, so we're excited.
Are you pleased with the progress from game to game? I know we missed Game 1, but progress from overall the group?
Yeah, definitely. We're getting better and better, and we're on an upward track, and we just got to keep the momentum going. We're excited about tomorrow, and it's a lot of positive energy in there, so we're just going to take that into the game.
In a game like this, you talked about the discipline. How tough is it, though, in the emotions and everything else?
Yeah, it's tough. We have an emotional group, too. It's tough to find that line, but we got to do our best. It's do or die, so we got to keep our emotions in check, and we should be good.
When you saw Nathan skate out there for practice today, is that a relief within the dressing room that he's back out there?
Oh, yeah. He's a huge part of the team. He's an unbelievable guy, unbelievable player, too. Going in to a do-or-die game, his voice in the locker room alone helps. So it was brought the boys a lot of joy and cheer to see him get out there. So,
Gavin, you guys have seen Shawinigan before, just a couple of games before. What did you learn in that game that you're going to apply to the second chance?
I think we took a few too many penalties in that game, and it showed they scored 3 power play goals. Their power play is hot, and I think if we stay out of the box, we'll have a pretty good chance to come out with a win.
On the defensive side, Bork and Borgo are 2 huge names. How do you help shut them down a little bit outside just not taking penalties?
Yeah, I think you got to protect the middle of the ice a lot. They like to attack the middle and make plays inside the dots, and if we keep them outside, I think we'll have some good success.
Chances are you will take a penalty, not you personally, but someone will take a penalty on your team. So you saw their power play, and I mean, what do you do with that? Is there something you've learned from that first game about how to deal with that?
Yeah, I think like you said, Bork and Borgo, we just got to watch where they are at all times on the ice. They seem to find each other pretty well through scenes and stuff. So as long as we have eyes on them, I think we're gonna shut them down.
Based on the standings, some people are going to say you guys are the underdogs here, which would be the first time for you guys in that position in a long, long time. Is that something you're good with, or you like, or you don't like, or do you care?
Yeah, I don't think we really care that much. We're just coming in, and we're pretty confident that we're the better team, and hopefully we can just carry that confidence throughout the game, and hopefully we find ourselves on the winning side in the end.
You had a day off, but still, any lingering exhaustion from that last bit when you were playing 5 defensemen and it was, being pressed the whole time? Was that tough to recover from?
Yeah, it was a little tough. The off day yesterday was pretty helpful. A lot of guys were able to get some treatment, good recovery in, and I think we're at practice today. Everyone was buzzing, so I think we're going to be okay.
You guys have seen Shawinigan before. What did you guys learn in Game 1 that you're going to apply to Game 2?
They got a really skilled hockey team. We know they can score on their power play, and we got to stay disciplined and make sure we're not taking dumb penalties.
When you're looking around the rink, you're starting to see some Hamilton sweaters come in and support you guys. What does it mean to see that support out here on the East Coast?
Yeah, even last game too, when they were saying make some noise for the Hamilton Bulldogs, stuff like that. Our fans are awesome everywhere we go, and we've appreciated that all year, and it's cool to see them supporting us down here too as well.
That Game 7 experience from Windsor, everyone's been talking about it out here. How much does it help now that you're in another do-or-die game?
Yeah, so that game was a crazy experience. It was one of the first for me for Game 7s and stuff like that. But the atmosphere there and the ability for everyone to step up and do their role when guys were injured, and we've had that all year. So being able to step up at games like that, it has been huge for us. So yeah.
Do they get easier though? Because you had that one, you had Edmonton. Does it feel easier, or does it still feel the same nerves in the morning that the other they all do?
We're playing great hockey teams, great hockey organizations. They're all coached great and stuff like that. So it definitely doesn't get easier, and we know that. So just keeping our head down, doing what we can control, and not worrying about them. Kind of just keep working hard and stuff like that. So yeah.
Jay has talked about before those games that it's a different experience. Do you fall asleep easily the night before an elimination game, or is it tough?
It's definitely hard to sleep because you're trying to visualize everything, kind of going through all the scenarios in your head and what you're going to do and like what your game is and what we're going to do on the ice. But yeah, no, it's definitely nerve wracking, and you got to just accept it, embrace all of it, and have some fun. So yeah.
You talked about the discipline. Easy to say, a little easier to do when you're in the emotion of a game. How do you force yourself to not take a retaliation or not do something stupid?
It's kind of just doing it for the guy beside you, not being selfish. So like we have a great group of guys, and we all kind of remind ourselves and remind each other of that. So when someone's kind of out of place, you can let them know, and you're not going to get anything back for it. But we just kind of keep each other in check and make sure everyone's doing their job.
Is that the kind of thing that gets talked about on the bench during a game, where guys say to each other, don't do anything, or is that just now accepted that you just know?
I think everyone knows now, and at this point in the year, everyone kind of gets their role and knows if they're one of those guys who kind of gets in those scrums not to do anything and kind of just hold their peace and be smart. But yeah.
Now, what about the power play? Because chances are your team's going to be shorthanded at some point. What did you learn from that power play that you could do better with? Is there something?
Yeah, there's definitely different things we can do, and it's our first time seeing that power play, and they obviously dominated the queue with it all year. So we're going to watch some video on that and keep talking about it and make sure our PK is on point for the next game.
If you look game to game, you guys have improved every game. What do you feel were some of the key improvements throughout the tournament so far?
I think our energy was a big one on the bench and on the ice, and just kind of pushing each other and winning every battle and playing that playoff hockey that we know how to play. I think we came out slow in our first two games, and we kind of picked it up, and we're ready to keep elevating our game to the next level.
Do you feel there's still another step for you guys?
I feel like there's another step for us, 100%, yeah.
You need to have a second chance at a team that's beat you guys out.
Yeah, it's great. Obviously, we didn't play our best hockey the first two games, but in that last game, I think we really proved ourselves, and now we have a chance at winning this thing. So we're excited.
This team specifically really beats you guys in the power play. What do you guys take into this game to not let them beat you on the power play so much in this one?
Yeah, they got skilled guys, they got shooters, and we got to stay out the box. And obviously, they scored 3 power play goals there, and if we stay out of the box, it's a different ball game. So that's our main goal.
Feels like you guys have been starting to play your better hockey as the games go along. Does it feel like that in the room?
Yeah, definitely. I think the vibes are great in the room, and every game we're climbing and we're getting better, and we're slowly but surely finding our game, and we'll do well. So.
For a guy like yourself, an overager, every game now could be the last game of your junior career. How do you keep going to make sure that you've got another game after the next one?
Yeah, I don't really think of it like that. I think of it more as game by game and just do whatever I can to provide for my team. So.